Hello everyone, my name is Joe Alberico, Sports Editor with the Banner Press, and it's time for the Banner Press Coaches Show. I'm joined as always with Brenham High School football coach Eliot Allen. Coach, it is a big week for you guys. You start your district play, 13-5A matchup with Bastrop Cedar Creek on the road this week. How you feeling?
We're feeling good. We spent a couple of weeks here trying to work on us and get better with our offense and defensive line play, get better in our kicking game, get better with our execution. And so we're excited to start off district play.
You know, a tough couple first weeks, and then obviously week 3 you guys host Houston Heights and you get that big win. You feel like it's good to have that momentum, even with the bye week. Heading into district, you got to win. You got something good to feel about, or something good. Something good that you guys can feel about.
Right. Well, I think so. I think especially for the kids, it's difficult to go out and work and put in a lot of time and not be successful. So I think for the kids it was really important. I know the coaching staff, it makes you feel better. But really the ultimate goal is this week we've got a tough opponent. We spent one day last week and in the vast majority of this week just really honing in on what they do offensively, defensively in the kicking game, and it's a one-game season, and that's this week.
Obviously that win over Houston Heights, dramatic, come from behind fashion, 13-12. You guys scored late. You carry that momentum into an open week. Kind of dread that. I mean, you don't get that opportunity right after you win to take that over in preparations for an opponent. That following Friday, you kind of have to come down a little bit. I mean, what was the mood and the energy level like with that off week?
Well, we don't make the schedule. We just go out and play, and again, it's good to get a win going into that bye week. I've been at it both ways, and as a coach, and it's certainly, you just have a little different vibe when you go in with a win. I don't think it really changes, what you're trying to get accomplished. But I think, the extra week was good for us. It was, we're going to heal up a little bit and hopefully be pretty fresh as we move into district play.
Yeah, so you have an extra week to kind of correct mistakes and improve, and I know that's kind of the big goal for you. What did last week look like? I mean, how do you kind of approach day-to-day, on an off week when you don't have an opponent that Friday?
We spent, Monday, 40 minutes on kicking game, which is, typically you're 10 to 15 minutes a day.
You're talking kickoffs or?
Kickoff, punt,
okay.
Punt return, kick return, extra point, onside, just all the different scenarios you can come up in the kicking game that, you're limited during a typical week where we kind of felt like, let's look at all the things that we could potentially see. So if we see an odd punt formation, whatever, we can get ourselves aligned to it. We spent the vast majority of Monday and Tuesday really putting a focus on our offense and defensive lines. We went a lot of good on good, where we were hitting gaps with D linemen, squeezing and closing. We were, as offensive linemen, we were seeing pressures, blitzes, just really trying to solid up what we're trying to get accomplished on the inside. And then obviously outside, the more we do what we do, the better we're going to execute.
So, obviously an extra week to prepare too also means an extra week to heal up. And I know outside of obviously an injury to Andre Gilmore, he's done for the season with his knee injury. But he had a couple guys on the sidelines, last week. But you feel like you're pretty healthy going into this one? I mean, your guys healing up?
I do. I feel like we're healthy, more so than we've been all year. And really, football is sort of a game of attrition. There's going to be injuries. That's part of the process. Whoever we have there, we've got to send them out and expect to play well and expect to win with those guys. And I think that's one of the things that all coaches know and understand. You can't just have one injury and go, there's the season. It's, you got 35, 40 guys on your team, and you have to rely on every single one of them at some point to help pull us through a season.
You probably expect this question from me every week, but now that you have an extra week, of practice and getting ready for Bastrop, did you see anything last week that warranted one quarterback, or you feel like you guys are still going with that two QB system?
We're still playing both of them. Nothing has really swayed me one way or the other to solidify just having one quarterback. I think they both bring good things to the table, and as the season progresses, that may change. But right now, we feel comfortable with it.
And you're giving defenses more to worry about, obviously, as well. They have to plan for two guys. They can't just focus on stopping one kid.
No doubt. No, they're both great leaders, and our team rallies behind both of those guys. So we don't lose anything either way we go.
So, district play begins now, and I remember a couple weeks ago you told me, I think it was against Waller, that you guys kind of ran base defense against their wishbone. Was that kind of the same situation with your offense, kind of, limiting a little bit? And I guess, the bigger question is is it now time to expand the playbook now that these games have some higher stakes?
I think we'll try to, and this is not an excuse, but we literally got a week and a half of offense and a week and a half of defense last spring with a brand new system. So as we came in to begin this year, we had 3 weeks before we scrimmaged. I mean, there's only so much as you don't want to put in a whole playbook if you can't execute it. And so I feel like as we begin to execute, we'll add more. We'll have a few more wrinkles, really both sides of the football. But if you can't execute, it doesn't matter how many plays you have. So we want to get to where we can execute what we have.
Are the kids adjusting to it the way that you had hoped, or?
I think so. I mean, I think they're number one. Our kids are eager. They want to win. They want to do well. They want to represent Brenham, and they're buying in, I believe, to everything we're doing. I think there was a shift, really both sides of the ball. There was a shift in philosophies. I mean, they did things a little bit differently. They did great things, but it's just a little different. And so, one, it's kind of buying into a little different philosophy defensively. We're not quite as aggressive up the field blitz. Offensively, kind of with the tempo. Those are different things it's going to take, and we're just not comfortable with it yet. And as we begin to get comfortable, we'll play a lot better and more confident.
So it's Cubs versus Eagles, 7:30 p.m. at Memorial Stadium on Friday. What's the scouting report? I mean, what have you seen on film, and what do you know about Cedar Creek?
They're a well-coached football team. I think they're really good in the trenches, both offensive line and defensive line. One of the best coached offensive lines that I've seen in a long time. I mean, I don't know. Talent-wise, it's hard to tell. We don't play against any similar foes, but I think they do a really good job technically. I feel like they're a team that's gonna, we need to be able to try to control their run game, and we need to be able to run the ball with some consistency. I feel decent on the perimeter. I think we have some speed that especially some guys getting healthy that. If we can protect, I think we can hopefully make some plays.
I mean, are they gonna kind of be each week? Magnolia West was heavy passing, Waller was heavy on the rush, and then obviously Houston Heights had the speed that you told me they were going to have. Is this going to be a different team for you guys? In your fourth game?
I think so. They want to run the football offensively. They operate out of a spread 2-back system with no tight end the vast majority of the time, and I think they would be completely content to run the ball right at you. For as long as they could. They are efficient in the passing game, but they're a little bit more of a run-oriented offense with balance. Defensively, they're a 4-man front, 4-3/4-2-5. They have a big defensive lineman guy. He's probably 6'5", and he's got a motor, and so he'll be a challenge for us. We're going to need to know where he's at. They've got 3 or 4 exceptional players on that defense in their front 7, so. We're going to need to be solid up front.
All right, Coach. Well, hey, good luck getting that first district win this week. Thanks for joining us, and thank you, folks. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.